Okay, stop what you are doing right now, because on June 9th, 2026, just 2 days ago, Anthropic dropped something that is genuinely going to blow your mind. This is not an exaggeration. This is not clickbait. This is Claude Fable 5, the most powerful AI model ever made available to the general public, and we are going through everything right now. Let's go!
So this is Anthropic's official announcement page, and right from the very first line, they are not holding back. They say, and I quote, Fable 5's capabilities exceed those of any model they have ever made generally available. State-of-the-art on nearly all tested benchmarks. Software engineering, knowledge work, vision, scientific research across the board. And here's the key thing they say. The longer and more complex the task, the bigger Fable 5's lead over every other model. That means this thing is built for serious work, not just quick answers. Real, deep, complex work.
Now, let's talk about what this model actually did in real-world testing, because this is where it gets insane. Stripe, one of the biggest tech companies on the planet, gave Fable 5 access to their codebase. Not a small codebase, 50 million lines of code. And Fable 5 performed a complete migration of that entire codebase in 1 day. 1 day! Stripe said it themselves. That same task would have taken a full engineering team over 2 months to do by hand. 2 months compressed into 24 hours. That is not an upgrade. That is a completely different category of tool. But coding is just one thing this model can do. Let's talk about vision, because this is the part that genuinely shocked me. See, previous Claude models could play Pokémon FireRed, but only with a complex helper system giving it maps, navigation tools, extra game data. Fable 5? It beat Pokémon FireRed with nothing, just raw game screenshots, no maps, no hints, no extra information, just looking at the screen like you and I do and completing the entire game. Watch this. This is the actual time-lapse from Anthropic's blog. I mean, come on, that is wild!
And it doesn't stop there. This next clip, Fable 5 is autonomously playing Factorio. If you don't know Factorio, it is one of the most complex strategy and engineering games ever made. Engineers love it because it requires serious systems thinking. And Fable 5 is just building a full automated factory by itself. No human help. Then there's this, Fable 5 designing a complete 3D printable model in a browser-based CAD editor. And here's the part that breaks my brain. The CAD editor itself, Fable 5 built that too, including the AI assistant inside the editor. And then, just to show off, it built a fluid simulation where the motion is synced to music. Music that Fable 5 composed entirely in code, having never heard a single sound before in its existence. I genuinely don't know what to say. This thing is an engineer, a gamer, a musician, and a scientist all at once. Okay, now I need to tell you about the other version of this model, because there are actually 2 models being launched today. Fable 5, which is available to you and me, and Claude Mythos 5. Same underlying model, but with the safety restrictions lifted in certain areas, and this one is not available to the public. Mythos 5 is being deployed with the US government, specifically for cybersecurity defense. Anthropic says it has the strongest cybersecurity capabilities of any AI model in the world right now. Let that sink in. But the science stuff, this is what got me. Using Mythos 5, Anthropic's internal researchers accelerated drug design by around 10 times. The model autonomously designed proteins for 9 out of 14 disease targets, including cancer, neurodegeneration, and muscle disease. It chose the binding sites, ran the tools, recovered from failures, everything a human scientist does, fully on its own. And this is the part that gave me chills, Mythos 5 came up with a completely original scientific hypothesis about an E. coli protein. A totally separate research lab working on the same problem independently published a study that confirmed it was correct. And AI made a novel scientific discovery. We need to talk about this more.
Now, Anthropic is very aware of how dangerous a model this powerful could be, and to their credit, they spent serious time on safeguards before releasing this. Fable 5 has what they call classifiers, separate AI systems that monitor every single conversation. If anything related to cyber attacks, dangerous biology, or chemical weapons comes up, the system automatically switches your conversation to a safer model. You won't even know what happened. And they tested this aggressively. External red teamers spent over 1,000 hours trying to break through these safeguards and couldn't find a single universal jailbreak. That's actually really impressive.
So, how much does this cost? On the API, it's $10 per million input tokens and $50 per million output tokens, which is actually less than half the price of the previous Mythos preview model. And if you're on Claude Pro, Max, or Team plans, Fable 5 is included free until June 22nd. So if you have a subscription, go try it right now before that window closes. After June 22nd, you'll need usage credits to access it.
Look, we are living through a genuinely historic moment in AI right now. Fable 5 is not just a better chatbot, it's a model that compresses months of work into hours, beats video games with its eyes, designs drugs, and makes scientific discoveries, and it's available to you today. I'll be doing a full hands-on test video very soon, so subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss it. Drop a comment below. What would you use Claude Fable 5 for? I want to know. See you in the next one.